Hello guys, welcome back to another video with M280T2. You may be noticing behind me that we've had a slight change of the chests at the back here. So there was some before currently next to this crafting table and then some around the corner. Um, as you can probably guess by looking in them, a creeper come and blew up on my chest. So I just made these and chucked every item into except that will go on to later. But I just chucked every item into the chest to basically just have it somewhere so it wasn't going to despawn on the floor. Um, that is going to be something we're going to be sorting out today, along with a few other things, hopefully, that we should be able to have time for. So, um, regarding the sand and the gravel, that is for concrete. So we've already got some somewhere in here. Should have. Not in there. Not in there. Yeah, so there's some white concrete in here. That's going to be the main theme of our builds. As you can see, we've got black, red and white up there. And there's some in there as well. We're basically going to do black and white with a colour, I think, throughout. And then change around the build palette a bit, maybe, as well. We'll see how we go, but I want suggestions from you guys. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see, what you want to build. Leave a link if there are any good builds that I can do that will fit in with what I'm trying to achieve, and hopefully you'll see what I'm trying to achieve later on in the video. So yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. But today is going to be mainly about getting some progress done. So in this base, we've got all the grid gear now. That has set us up nicely, so we can take things on. But we still don't really have a base. We have this here, and I've kind of been saying and using this massive hole, this massive hill area as a base. We don't really have a base, you know, so I want to turn this into my base over the next couple of episodes, probably. So, we already have a bunch of redstone. That's going to come in big. We've got a bunch of redstone up at the iron farm up there. And yeah, like I said, we've got concrete. So we're going to get onto some projects, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So with the landing pads, they're going to be coming in big. We need an elytra at some point. We're not going to do it today, but maybe next episode we might get to the end and deal with that because we have the gear now. So maybe next episode. But we're going to build a storage unit basically first. Storage unit is going to be next to our furnace unit. It's going to be kind of attached to the input to the furnace unit is going to be next to it. So we're going to have basically probably 8 or 16 furnaces all hooked up to a fuel supply, which would be a bamboo farm. And that bamboo farm is basically going to be the main back area to our farming area. So we're starting to plan things out, and things are hopefully going to kind of take shape in and around the area. I have made a list of things that I want to basically do in this world. At the moment, they're kind of standard things, and I want you to give me more things to do as well. So again, leave a comment. So yeah, so we've got a bamboo farm, other crop farm like wheat, potatoes, carrots, melon and pumpkin, pretty easy farm to build, but we'll get that at some point as well, just so we have access to them, and obviously a sugarcane farm as well for that sugar. But that will only probably be small. We don't need a lot of sugar cane because we're not using paper as a main trade. Well, not at the moment. To get emeralds, so we've got other ways to do that. We want cow, pig, sheep, chicken, turtle, and I put bee, but obviously been honey farm, but using bees. And that's going to be kind of the main area around here. That's what I'm thinking for around here at the moment. So I might start mapping that out. Maybe put a block or something, a color in for each of those of where I want them in and around there, and we'll start to let that take shape. So I'll probably do that first, and then get back to you, and we can see where things are going. and then you will see where the chest area is going, and I'll do a time lapse of me moving all of that stuff over as well. So I shall see you once that is done. Ah! So I've basically gone into, I copied this world, gone into another world exactly the same as this, with all the iron farm and everything, laid out where I want everything. But to do that in this world, I need some dyes. So we need green dye for to make cyan. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Perfect. And I also need black dye. So I'm going to get that from Squid. So let's just swim through a few rivers to get that, and then we shall start marking out where we want things. Perfect. So we got both all of the cactus and all of the black dye that we needed. I've smelted up the this stuff here, green dye into green dye, turns half into lime, half into cyan, and used all of my sand and gravel, pretty much all of it, turning it into all of this powder here. Do you know why I've got so much black stuff? I really don't, but it's not a problem. We'll use it eventually, I am sure. But yeah, I'm just going to turn all of this into the actual concrete rather than the concrete powder. Let's jump right into it, I suppose. Let's go. I'm going to build these up, flush some water down, and cut it all down. And we shall see you when all of this is turned into powder, into concrete, not powder. Okay then, guys. So we have made a lot of progress, as you can see here. So we've done all the mining of the blocks, turning it into concrete and whatever. So now we have 3 platforms here. So we have blue platforms. Blue is I like blue, so that is going to be my basey house area. Um, that's where all my chests are going to go for now. Before we have a sorting system, hopefully we'll have one of those one day. But for now, we're just going to basically build a nice storage area over there somewhere. We're also going to have a bed over there. And I was thinking about moving the nether portal over there. I'm not too sure yet what we're going to do regarding that because let me just try and hit this guy. There we go. I'm not too sure what we're going to do with that because we haven't built anything in the nether, so it doesn't matter if we do move it. It'll just be a couple of paths we have to redirect. But I think might look better up there, but we might build a nice big platform down there, like a purple platform or something. That would look nice as well, to be fair. But I don't know yet. So, yeah, that would be for the blue area. That grey area there, you can see chest there and chest there. That is going to be my furnacey area, which I will talk about a bit more in a moment with that and that over there. And this green line here, that is going to basically be the stretch of a greenhouse looking thing, which is basically going to be my bamboo area. So that is going to be where I chop down all the bamboo. It's going to be all automatic. It's going to be a slime cutter thing going across, taking off the tops of the bamboo, mine carts underneath, collecting it all and feeding it directly into the storage area in behind my furnace area. So it's going to feed directly into my furnaces as well. So that'll be good. And any unused will go, any overflow, I should say, once we filled up our storage area behind there, which will be about 9 chests probably, is basically going to feed down into a chest somewhere down there, which is going to be full of bone meal. It's going to basically go through a composter and turn into bone meal, which would be really handy to have some overflow one day. But that's for the future. That's a next episode, maybe episode after kind of project. We're going to look at the furnace now. So if I jump down here, don't need the water anymore because I have feather falling boots, so it doesn't matter. No risk of dying really. So this is what we're going to be using for our furnace array. I spent a long time trying to work out how to evenly distribute items along a furnace array, because if you have 8 furnaces and you just have hoppers feeding out of chests, it splits up and it's horrible and it doesn't really work. It never works evenly. Basically, it's near impossible. I've tried so many tests, but I have basically found a way. A really old YouTube video on how to do it. So what happens is there's a chest up here which will have the items in that we're putting in. That will be our intake, which I'll explain up there, how that's going to work. But that will be our intake, for example. That's going to then feed in down here, and it's going to put 1 in each of these, because these are currently locked. So it'll be 1 in each of those. When it gets to this one here, it will basically power this comparator, which will power this, turn off this redstone torch, will turn off this redstone line, which will unlock these hoppers, allowing them to take 1 item down. And obviously then that will feed into the furnace array below as well. What does happen is though, basically when they come down and go into here, the last 8 will stay in this row. So I've added this button here, which we can use to clear out. But I'll explain it and I'll show you that once it's up and running up there. So I'm just going to hop up there quickly. So I'm up here now. So this here is going to be my intake. So this is where I'm going to put items in to be smelted. This double chest here. So we basically have a hopper facing into this dropper here, and then a hopper under that side facing into this hopper, facing to there. So it basically things come out double fast. and go into there double fast, because there is going to be no delay with this really. So we want basically that there, that there, and then we want we basically want to detect when there's items in here, and then power the we want to power the dropper to drop the items basically, because that would be on a loop. So let's just put what we basically want is that one to come back and forwards. Yeah, that's fine. So we want that like that. And we want a block down there. Do we want that inverted? I think we want that inverted, don't we? Yes, we do, because so we want that one there to be powered. Okay, that's fine then. And then let's just get up here really quick. So let's just put a block there for now, and then up that like that. There we go. So when we have items in here, and I'll just show you the stack of items. There we go. So that is now going to dispense things at a standard rate. I did think that was need to be inverted, but it actually doesn't. It was just there was something in there and it wasn't dropping because there wasn't the other one on. So that's fine. That's working. So that is going to basically dispense items out of there, and they are then I'm gonna have a water stream taking them this way, then this way, and then up here, and then they're going to go up here to the top here somewhere, which will then going to recreate the thing I just showed you down below. So we're going to have hoppers going into here, then along here, take these blocks. That's 8, yeah. And then we can actually do we want to do that? No, we're going to leave that as 1, just because we don't want double the speed to take it out of. But that's fine. We are going to have a double chest here still though, because we want to be able to store that kind of that amount of stuff. Because if we have a double chest here, put a double chest with our items in here, and then we only have a single chest up there, it's not going to basically take all the items quick enough. So we actually want to go up there maybe. We can change the mountain surface, but I'm just going to basically recreate down there. I'll show you once it's done and everything is up and running. Okay then guys, so we have made a bit of progress. I didn't explain it very well, so I'm just going to run through it again now. So basically this is the input chest. We have 2 outputs, one on this side going directly into this dropper, and then one on this side going into the hopper, then into the dropper, just so it takes out this chest twice as fast. I have moved this around slightly, so we have the piston pushing the observer down there, and then under this dropper we have a observer pointing into the dropper, so the rest of the output is pointing into it. So when there's something in this dropper, it tracks it, powers this piston, pushes that observer over, which then powers the 2 observers in a loop, pushing out all the items down into our water stream down here. So I've just covered it up now, but yeah, that's going to push it down into there, and then that goes around the corner there. We do need to get some ice, just because there's a gap over just here where you have a bubble column with a piece of soft sand at the bottom, taking the items up. The items then go up. There's a hopper just there in that gap. Go into this chest, which I can't open because there's blocks above it, but there's nothing in it currently because obviously everything will be taken out in out from this hopper there. I'll just get around and show you that a bit better. So yeah, so all the items would come out here. When they come out, they go 1, and then 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. And obviously, as this one moves across, this one takes another one out. So it go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then when it gets to here, this comparator reads this hopper, unpowers this redstone torch, which unpowers this redstone line, unlocking all of the hoppers at the bottom there. We're taking it into these furnaces, which will obviously then cook it. Once it's done, it obviously just comes down here into this hopper chain and the output chest. That bit's very simple. As for the locking issue, we just have a button here, which is just basically leads up and unpowers this redstone torch up there. So it's just a redstone line from the button up into here, which is all good. The reason the repeater's there is so that we don't obviously power anything. I think I can do it without the repeater, but the repeater's there just for being a repeater. So that is everything aside from fuel. So I have, if we go in the back here, I have added a fuel line, so that's this line here, and that obviously currently connects to nothing because we don't have any fuel at the moment, but it is something we're going to work on, probably not next episode, but certainly, if not next episode, the episode afterwards. So that is, as far as I'm concerned, that is all of that done for today. So that is basically set up. Just need to add in a fuel, which is going to be this big, massive project there. I just wanted to talk quickly about the landscape. So, and these platforms, how they connect to the landscape. So what I'm trying to do is basically everything on this level, I'm going to take out all the dirt and put white or the colour. So this one over here, I'm going to put the colour when I have some in my inventory, which I currently don't. This green is a bit of an exception because it's not really a part of it. But I'm not going to be removing things like this where it kind of encroaches on. It's a bit more kind of visible over here. You see, I'm not going to be removing any of this apart from maybe this and putting that as a white block. Just because I think that's a part of the look we're going for here. We can add some lights into that maybe. But I really want it to be like a platform sticking out of the side of the hill here, rather than me adding in big square platforms. They are square, but big square platforms into the side, making it look all ugly, which some might argue it is, some might argue it isn't. I would argue not, and once we get some things on it, I think it will be fine. So yeah, that's my plan for that. But as you can imagine, getting up to that furnace is a right old pain currently. I really thought that creeper was going to blow up then. It's a right old pain. You have to really parkour your way up to get up there. There's no easy way up. So that brings me kind of onto the next episode. Next episode, we're going to be exploring the end, killing the Ender Dragon, and getting an elytra. That is what we're going to be doing next episode. That's number one priority for next episode, and definitely our main goal. So that is going to be it for this episode. But don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the platforms. If you have any ideas on better colours to use, or any suggestions really, just let me know. And I shall see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.